global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're actually going to give you updates on virtually almost all the Biafran state, though not all. We're going to give you updates from Imo State, we'll give you updates from Anambra State, and we'll also likely give you updates from state. But we'll start from Imo. It has been one level of insecurity or the other. It has been one level of chaos or the other. We would have loved to give you all the videos, but due to some of the community YouTube rules and regulations, I'm afraid we may not give you all the videos, but we'll try and give you at least one. They've been, but we will also likely give you the link to which you watch at least one or two of the violent ones in link to watch the video live, but we'll give you the narration of what happened. But let's start from Imo State. Well, Imo State has been under siege for a few hours, running to a day or two now. I'm particular about Mbaise. Mbaise has been receiving a lot of insecurity threats from Fulani Herdsmen. Yes, you heard me. I'm talking about Fulani Herdsmen. Now, this is actually all began from 17th of April, where indigenes of Mbaise community in Imo State have been keeping watch over their village, even in the night, as Fulani Herdsmen have obviously laid siege in the community. Eyewitness reports reaching us from one Mr. Udo, who's also an indigene, had narrated how some of these Fulani herdsmen took their cows to farm at Umuwanwa Mbaise. The indigenous of Umuwanwa, not being comfortable with how these cows have been ravaging their farms, chased them into Obise, still in Mbaise too. Now, the Obise indigenes also, who felt the same way as their neighboring community, chased these same cows and their Fulani herdsmen to Umualegwa, also in Mbaise, and as the people of Umualegwa also tried to do the same as their counterparts have done, the herds scattered and took numerous routes. But however, this has caused a lot of confusion, as villagers were reported to have allegedly killed more than 20 cows, and the herdsmen got very furious and they could no longer gather their cows together. They have scrambled for safety, each headed different routes, and their cows were also, some of their cows were also missing. According to Mr. Odo, said they all claimed up that claimed up to like 100. What they claimed was actually missing they said it was about 100, according to our witness. I'm talking about Mr. Udo. The furious herdsmen have notified their counterparts somewhere in Owerri. I'm talking about Okija in Owerri, in Imo State. All these are still in Imo State. Okija is in Owerri, Obinze and the rest are actually in Mbaise, all also in Imo State, and the environs. And at the time of the report, they have all assembled at St. Dominic Primary School, Umulegwa in Mbaise, waiting for the cows to be complete, as their men are still searching in the bushes for their missing cows. Now, the people of Mbaise are calling on to their Imo State governor, that's calling on to the Governor Hope Uzodinma, to please help restore peace in their land, as these herdsmen are gathered in their town, and it speaks insecurity before things get out of hand. Okay, that's just basically what had happened some few hours ago, almost a day now, in Imo State, talking about Mbaise, Mba 5, some persons called it Mba 5, and Fulani herdsmen have decided to do their thing that they know best to do, and Mbaise have decided also to take cover by keeping vigil night by night and watching over their villages. But for how long would this continue? Well, we just hope that Hope Uzodinma will do the needful, being the chief security officer of the state. I hope he will rise up quickly to the occasion and restore peace very quickly before it escalates. But we all know that if 20 cows are missing, the Fulanis don't take kindly to their missing cows. I just hope that Imo State people, I'm referring to Mbaise, I hope they are not in trouble. I would really solicit that please, Governor Hope Uzodinma, quickly, wage into the situation. Please quickly look into the situation before it goes bloody. Wherever headsmen go, heads roll. And I honestly would pray that the governor would speed up in his intervention scheme before it gets out of hand. Okay, but let's go straight now to Abia State. We wouldn't want to look into what Nigerians are generally saying about this, because Nigerians have reacted generally, and you all know the stories are always the same. Hopes that them you need to wage in and all that. But let's, because we want to take cross section very quickly. So let's go to Abia State. There was serious war, actually. Permit me to use the word war in Abia State, as the youth cried out. In fact, the youth of Abia State showed that they got balls. I just pray also that the federal might will not come into play here because of what they have done. The truth of the matter is, Abia State indigene attacked the police station. Abia State attacked the police station. The reason why, and freed inmates, freed prisoners in one of the police cells, police station that was there. The bonds, the buses, the new Hilux box that was left on patrol. As at the time of filing this report, it happened some 48 hours ago. As the time of filing this report, we found out that according to the police officer, they said they finally did their final. I found out that it was a drunk police officer that shot a 25-year-old young man. Oh God, the young man! You need to see the picture of the young man. Oh, such a young, vibrant young man. I felt so bad when I saw the video. I wonder why a police officer should be drunk on duty. I don't know how true it is if that police officer was truly drunk, but that was what the police department mentioned, that they're actually working on it, and the man on duty was actually drunk. And the Abia youth took to the streets. They were angry because the young man didn't really do anything, really. In fact, he didn't do anything to warrant his death. And the youth took to the street, touched. In fact, the police officers practically ran away from their station, as the youth of Abian youth took to the street, burnt down the cars, the vehicles, police van, freed inmates. They had a free reign, really, and they were really angry. My prayer is with the parents of this young man that just lost a very young chap. My prayers are with my heart, and my condolences go to their parents. But then my fear is, let this not escalate beyond this. But for you to see the video, because actually very violent, and we really wouldn't want to the graphic content, we wouldn't want you to see some of this because it's against the YouTube rules. If you check our description, you will see a link that will show you the live videos of some of these things I've mentioned that I may not play here, but there will be one I'll play, which is going to be the Okija story. But check our description, you will see the link that will take you to the video live, what happened in Abia State and the likes. You see some of the videos all uploaded in that particular link. You see it, or click it and see the live video. Now let's go down to Okija, of which we are going to show you the video. Okija, that's Anambra State. They are not taking it kindly at all, and they have started reacting because they said the indigenous of Okija town, talking about in Ihiala local government area of Anambra State, are protesting against the preventive measure taken by the Anambra State government against the widespread of pandemic COVID-19. The people who trooped out in their hundreds, standing shoulder to shoulder with the men of Nigerian police force, protesting against the lockdown. The moment you see the video, the young men said they are tired. They are honestly tired. 2 weeks lockdown, that they're running crazy already. No food to eat, nothing. That they're just tired. In fact, they shouldn't try them. The police officers, being the fact that they have had, so to speak, a similar experience in Abia State, where they had to mistakenly shoot a young man, and they saw what happened, how the youth practically almost would have burnt down the police station, burnt their vehicle, and freed inmates, prisoners that were in their prison cells. They knew that if they touch any Okija youth, they would not find it funny, so they were very careful not to touch anyone. They were just quiet, watching the youth as they were going on rampage. And I dare to ask, if this lockdown continues without palliative, I fear that the revolution may be out of hunger. And I keep saying this, there should be some sort of alternative way out of this, because a lot of persons have reacted to this lockdown. A lot of persons are saying that there should be some sort of refresher, some sort of palliative to make it to have a cushioning effect on the people. But generally, I don't know if the government will listen, but I feel that if nothing is done, this may escalate to that revolution that most dreading, But let's have one or two fillers of what Nigerians are saying. Then we'll hand it over to you. But watch the video and see for yourself. Let's just.
This is Okija. We say no to lockdown again. We cannot be locked. We are contesting with the police people. Okija see. I used to know to lockdown. I used to know to lockdown. This is Okija roundabout. Okija Almighty roundabout. We say no to lockdown. We cannot continue to be locking our shop. Two good weeks and then another extra 2 weeks. No more lockdown again. Okija say no more lockdown. Unless we fight with them. And no more lockdown. No more lockdown. No more lockdown again in Okija. Okija people will say no more lockdown. No more lockdown. No more lockdown. We say no more lockdown to Okija.
All right, welcome back. Let's quickly have a feel of one or two persons of generally what Nigerians are saying over the Biafran states. Generally, this is a cross section of what is happening in some of the southeastern states, and hear them. But we'll take a feel from the Fulanis versus the Mbaise people. Here, the Mbaise people online are beginning to beat their chest. This one I say, I trust my Mbaise people, they don't fall hard. Very funny. This one I say, we all have started to reason like the illiterate Fulanis. You enter somebody's farm, eat his means of livelihood, he finds your own means of livelihood and destroy it too. Now you're asking why he should kill the cows. Do you know how many times they must have driven them out of their farms before this time? Nigeria is not the only place you have herdsmen, so why is our own different? I don't know. This one here say their slave is now your governor. Protect yourself, expect no help from him. Nigerians are reacting over the call by the Mbaise people to the governor Hope Uzodinma to come to their aid and cut this issue of insecurity now at its neck before it grows out of proportion. But Nigerians online are saying, look, forget about your governor, protect yourself, because the truth of the matter is your governor may not be able to help because of what one or two things he must have dabbled himself into. This one here is saying, I will not take Mbaise that it will not take Mbaise 30 minutes to finish them all, and wait for anybody that will come for them. I trust my people for that one. They don't look for trouble, but they don't fear trouble when it comes. Well, let's not pray for trouble, honestly. This one here is saying, if the people of the surrounding community see this invasion as being strictly the problem of Mbaise, they will later be victims to the jihadists and have themselves to blame. Those communities should read Islamic history and know how Muhammad succeeded against his neighboring tribes who sat on the fence as he conquered one territory after another. They should learn from the fate of the Jewish communities in Yatrib, who stood and watched as Muhammad destroyed them one by one. Had they joined forces and set aside their differences to face a common enemy, the story would have been probably different today. They're all practically saying the same thing. They say, what are Imo people waiting for? If Fulani Herdsmen kill you, burn them alive and kill all of them and their cows, including their children, wife in the community. Do me, I do you. I don't know how Hope Uzodinma is going to deal with this, but I think he should cut it now. Now is the best time for Hope Uzodinma to look at this. But that's how much we can take. We can't take cross sections of other videos as well. But what do you think? The major story here is, all of them are important, but we're looking at the Fulani Herdsmen, the Okija guys who said, look, no more on lockdown, and the police officer who eventually killed an Abian, and which resulted to freed inmates in Abia State. Let's go to a comment section. It's actually a broad topic. Let's discuss. This is strictly southeastern state. What's it's up and running in this state? Let's come in our comment section. Let's interact. What do you think should be the solution therein right now on COVID-19, on the Fulani versus Mbaise clash, and also the issue of Okija saying that they're tired of the lockdown, and the fact that it would